Lockdown drills are really an unavoidable part of school these days.
In tonight's special report, News 10's Juliana Bruno shows us how one local teacher found a way to make those harsh realities a little easier on kids.
School lockdown drills today are considered essential.
We have 4 required lockdown drills a year.
Practiced with about the same frequency as the common fire drill.
So it's become part of the fabric of the safety of our children.
But what can a realistic lockdown drill do to the mind of a child between kindergarten and first grade?
Older children and adults have the ability to mitigate some of their concerns by thinking about the likelihood of these bad things happening. But children in the early childhood years, they don't really have that ability. If that information is available to them, they're more likely to think that this is something that could really happen to me.
While schools obviously hope the worst case scenario never happens, the practice itself puts stress on a young child, when experts say anxiety levels in children are already higher than ever before.
I had had a lot of conversations with parents and grandparents where their child or their grandchild was traumatized in some way, and it was usually because the lockdown drill was too realistic. It told too many scary details.
Teacher and author Alicia Stenard knew there had to be a better way to keep kids safe during a school lockdown that didn't involve talk of guns and violence.
Pop, hiss, pop. Right in front of their school was a circus truck
With flat tires.
But instead, a lighthearted picture book story.
The premise is that the children are in the school and a circus truck breaks down in front of the school.
They were hungry. They wanted lunch. They wanted the children's peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Stenard wrote The Elephant in the Room, a lockdown story. It's targeted for kids age 3 to 8.
I felt that their imaginations at that age were the secret ingredient. They were the perfect way to make this book work.
Stenard says teachers and parents have used her book to teach their kids how to act in a lockdown scenario. Relieved, there's now an alternative to conversations about violence.
They sat down and hugged their knees to their chests. Their teacher whispered, "Let's be very quiet and still, so the elephants won't know we're here."
The story may be light and goofy.
Then the monkeys followed the elephants because monkeys love peanuts too.
But when it came time for the drill,
Are you ready?
the kids knew just what to do.
You don't want to tippy-toeing. Yeah.
Lockdown. It's time for lockdown. You take the leadership as the teacher, and you present it in a way that shows that it's to be taken seriously.
Stenard says the bottom line is being a kid is hard enough, especially during a time when headlines about a dangerous world are almost inescapable.
So let's alleviate that. Let's make this task a little easier on them so they can just be in school doing what they're supposed to be doing, learning and having a good time. Look who I brought. The elephant is in the room.
News 10's Juliana Bruno reporting there. Now, the common question here is, how do I have the conversation about guns and bad guys with my young children? Both the author of the book and the psychologist say it is important to be honest with your kids, but to not give them any more details than needed at their young age. You can get a copy of The Elephant in the Room from most online book retailers.
It still breaks your heart that these little kids got to learn these drills. You know, we were all in school, just had to worry about coloring inside the lines, you know.
That's right. Times have really changed.
All right.